Good morning, my dear students of class 12. I hope that all of you are very spirited one, healthy one, both physically and mentally. Anyway, in my previous class, I read with you and analyzed with you the first quatrain of the sonnet number 18 by Shakespeare. I hope that you have understood the first quatrain, its thematic content. What have we seen in the first quatrain? Can you recollect it? Yes, in the first quatrain, the poet says that he is going to describe the beauty of his fair friend by comparing him or his beauty with the beauty of the summer season. But just before going to compare his friend's beauty with the beauty of the summer season, the poet checks himself and realizes that his friend's beauty is much more durable, much more temperate, much more pleasing than the beauty of the summer season. This is the summary of the first quatrain of the sonnet number 18. Now I will read with you the second stanza of the poem or the second quatrain of the poem. In the first quatrain, he emphasized that summer's lease hath all too short a date. That means the duration of the summer is very short-lived. In the context of British climate, the summer is very short-lived, but his friend's beauty is not so short-lived or is not so temporal. Therefore, he can't compare his friend's beauty with the beauty of the summer season. Now, read with me and follow the text carefully. I am reading the second quatrain of the sonnet. Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexions dimmed, and every fair from fair sometimes declines by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. Sometime to hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexions dimmed. Now I am explaining the meaning of the words and phrases so that you can understand the meaning of the second quatrain whole. The first line of the second quatrain suggests that the eye of heaven, that is sun, the eye of heaven, that is the sun, sometimes becomes too hot, and as a result of that condition, the gold complexion, which is very a pleasing complexion, pleasing color, is sometimes spoiled, sometimes destroyed, sometimes to hot the sun of heaven shines. Generally, during the summer season, the sun is mild in England. The sun is very mild, and therefore it is very pleasing one, pleasing to the tactile sense as well as pleasing to visualize, pleasing to see. But when it shines too much, the gold complexion, which is a pleasing color, the golden color of that summer season, sometimes dimmed, sometimes become pale, sometimes become spoiled. We have completed reading and analyzing the entire second stanza. And what points do we get from the second stanza? The second stanza is the continuation of the first stanza, or the second quatrain is the continuation of the first quatrain. In the first quatrain, the poet pointed out the faults of the summer season, and these faults do not match with the beauty of his own fair friend. In the second stanza, or in the second quatrain, the poet continues the same theme. That means the summer season, it may be natural. The summer season, it may be so beautiful. It may be so pleasing. But it has its own faults. That is, it is very short-lived one. Its pleasing gold complexion may die, may decline. And that declination, that the fading away of the summer season may come by chance, that is accidentally. We didn't expect it, but it may come. Or by nature's changing course untrimmed. That is very significant point. In nature there is a law, and that is untrimmed law, uncuttable law, unavoidable law. And the law is that everything must be changed. And by that law, every beautiful object, even of the summer season, they must change themselves, they must die, or they must decline or spoil. And therefore, he can never compare his fair friend's beauty with the beauty of the summer season. But the poet till now has not given the reasons why he will not compare his fair friends. But we can assume it very easily that the beauty of his fair friend is much more pleasing, much more durable, much more temperate, and not only that, much more ever fixed. But how, we do not know. To know how it is possible, we have to read the next quatrain, that is the third quatrain. And I will read with you the third quatrain in my next class. Thank you. Because of the excessive glaring condition of the sun, or when the sun glares sometimes, the beautiful, pleasing, golden complexion of the summer season is spoiled. Now, the third line. And every fair from fair sometimes declines. Every fair from fair. That means every fair object, every beautiful object, every fair from fair. Mane any beautiful object from any beautiful source. That means each and every beautiful object, be it a natural object or be it a man-made object, whatever be the object, every fair object, every beautiful object from any beautiful source or root sometimes declines. That means accidentally, sometimes they may decline. That means they may be destroyed, they may become pale, they may become wane, W-A-N-E. That means the beauty of every fair object may decline in course of the time. In the summer season, everything is beautiful, everything, but they may decline their falcritude, the beauty of the objects. How? By chance. That means accidentally or by chance, every object of the summer season may subject to decline and decay. We see even in our spring season in Indian context, we sometimes see that in the spring season in Indian context, the spring days are not always beautiful. The spring days or spring hours are not always so pleasing. The black clouds may come and hamper the beauty of the spring season. The storm may come, though the probability is very low one. Probability is very, very low. Yet it may come. The cloud may come, the storm may come and may spoil and decline the beauty of the spring season in Indian context. Likewise, in the context of British climate, the fair objects, every fair and beautiful object may subject to decay and decline, and that decline may come by chance. That means accidentally. That means we didn't expect it, but it actually happened. We didn't expect it at all, but it happened by chance. Or nature's changing course untrimmed. That means there is a law, course, fixed law or course of nature, and that law is the changeability of every object. Every object may and must change into their change of their form by nature. It's nature's law that every object must change themselves by changing nature's changing course untrimmed. That means none can trim, none can cut short these natural laws. What does Shakespeare say here? That either by chance, either by accident, or by nature's own rules, nature's own laws, and that law is unavoidable, that law is uncuttable, uncensorable. That law, by nature's law, every beautiful object must decline after a fixed time.